What's going on, man? Another video, which means I have more free picks for you. And in today's video, I have 6 total picks, 3 in the NBA and 3 in the MLB like I normally do. And all I ask before we jump straight into the video is number 1, go down and hit that like button. Let's get this video to 50 likes. It's free to do, and it helps me out a ton. And then to go on top of that, also, while you're down there, you might as well subscribe. It's free to do as well, and it makes sure that you won't miss any videos like this going forward. I put these out every single day for you, so you're not going to want to miss it. But with that being said, we can now jump straight into the video. And the first thing that we have to talk about is the Discord that you see on the screen, simply due to it being completely free. If you join up, you are going to get every single play that I put down every single day, and it's that simple. Click the link down below in the pinned comment, hit join, there's no strings attached, and you can see right here on the year in 2025, this free Discord, the AI picks that I send out is up over 200 units, which is better than any premium Discord that you're going to find anywhere else. And what's crazy is mine is completely free. You don't got to pay anything, and you're getting the best of the best. I track everything. I'm super transparent, so y'all know I'm not making stuff up, or I'm not lying about winning when I lose. If I lose, I'm going to tell you. If I win, I'm going to tell you. And on the year so far, we have won a ton. So you're going to want to get in here. I promise you it's worth it. And then another thing that I've been doing to help a lot of people out in this Discord is I've been helping them get funded on a website called Player Profit. If you don't know what Player Profit is, it is a website that actually funds you to sports bet. They have investors that put up a ton of money, and they fund you to go put in the bets. The only catch is you take 70% of the profit, they take 30%, but you're betting so much more money that it's way worth it. So the way it works is you get in here, you can buy any bankroll from $1,000 all the way up to $100,000. I personally have 3 or 4 $100,000 accounts. I use them all for different things, but they actually have made me a ton more money, and that's why my followers have been doing it. They've been doing it simply because it's a way to shoot up your bankroll really, really fast. So say you have a bankroll of $1,000. Instead of betting with a $1,000 bankroll, come in here and spend, $250 and get yourself a $10,000 bankroll. You have $750 left over that you can use for whatever you want, and then you also have $10,000 to sports bet with. The way that you get funded and you're actually able to use the money is really, really simple. So all you got to do is pass these 2 phases right here, place a minimum of 20 picks, and bring the account up 20%. Do that twice, and you get funded with the account. The way that everyone's been getting funded is they join my Discord, they get a bankroll, and then they just tell these plays. It almost guarantees that you get funded. I've gotten funded 4 times now. It's really not that hard. It takes maybe a week at the most. And then once you get funded, you can use this money however you'd like. Like it is a normal sports book. Player Profit's a normal sports book. The only difference is you're using money that isn't yours. And even if you lose the money once you get funded, you don't have to pay it back. And that's why it's so great. So just make sure when you go sign up that you do use my code BBETS here. The link is going to be down in the description. If you use my code BBETS, you'll get 10% off. Doesn't matter what you buy. Whichever one you buy, you can use the code unlimited times and you'll get 10% off. So go get yourself a bankroll. Go join at the Discord. I promise you it's worth it. And now we can jump straight into the video. And the first pick that we're going to be taking here is Julius Randle to go over 17.5 points. I think this line is a little bit too low. And the reason why I think that is because ever since the playoffs have started, he has been an absolute beast. In his last 5, he's going over this mark in 4 of his last 5, averaging over 23 a game, which is just ridiculous. In his last 10, which are all still playoff games, he is over this mark in 9 of 10, averaging 23 a game. And then in his last 20, he's over at a 70% clip, and that's really why I like this pick so much. I think this line is a little bit too low for what Julius Randle has been doing recently and in the playoffs specifically, especially since in Game 1 against the Thunder, he had 28 points. So he's already proven that he can go over this mark pretty easily. Now he just has to go out there for Game 3 and do it again, and I really do think he's going to. So go lock this one in, over 17.5 points. Now we can move on to my second pick of the video, which is going to be over in the MLB. And we're going to be taking that guy, Mickey Moniak, to go under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's under this mark in 4 of his last 5, 9 of his last 10, and then 14 of his last 20, only averaging 1.1 per game, which is exactly what we want to see. Good hit rate and also a good average overall. And then to go on top of that, He's going to be facing off against the Rockies are playing the Yankees, and the Yankees are pitching Max here, their ace, who has been an absolute beast so far this year. He has an ERA of 1.29, which is just absolutely ridiculous, and a whip of under 1. So he simply just isn't going to give Mickey many opportunities to get hits or to knock anybody in, and that's why I like this pick so much. The hit rate is already really good. He hasn't been going over this mark much at all, but when you add on top of that the Yankees ace is going to be pitching, I don't see any reason why he goes over this mark. So go lock it in. I absolutely love it. Now let's move on to my third pick of the video, which is going to be Isaiah Hartenstein to go over 7.5 points. He is over this mark in 4 of his last 5, averaging over 10 a game. He's over in 9 of his last 10. Then he's also over in 15 of his last 20, still averaging over 10 a game, which already should give you a clear sign to take the over, considering his line is only at 7.5. I think that's a little bit too low, especially since when you look at head-to-head, he has played the Timberwolves 6 times this season, starting here at this 15-point game, and in those 6 games, he is over this mark in 4 of them, so he's over in 4 of 6 against the Timberwolves, including 1 game against them in the playoffs so far. And then, to go on top of that, he also has crushed them in the regular season, and the hit rate is really good. So, I don't see any reason why he's going to go under this mark. I think this is a great over to take, especially since in the last game against them, he barely went under this mark. He had 6 points. He didn't go over, but he barely went under, and he did go over in their first matchup. I think this is a great spot to lock in Isaiah Hartenstein over points. So go lock that one in as well. And now we can move on to my fourth pick of the video, which is going to be my guy Zach to go over his hits, runs, and RBIs. He's over this mark in 5 of his last 5, averaging over 4 a game, which is just ridiculous. He's over in 9 of his last 10. Then he's also over in 16 of his last 20, averaging almost 3 per game, which is exactly what we want to see. And then finally, on the season, he is over this mark at a 71% rate, averaging over 2.6 a game. And you really just can't ask for much better than that, especially with a line that is only 1.5. This line would be questionable to take at 2.5, so to get it at 1.5 is insane value, especially since the Angels are going to be facing off against the Marlins. And the Marlins, if you know anything about them, aren't the greatest team, and they also don't have the greatest pitching. They're going to be pitching Cal here, and Cal has over a 6 ERA, a 3-4 record, and a whip of over 1.5. So he is going to give Zach a ton of missed pitches that he should have a chance to hit hard somewhere. And as long as that's the case, I think he'll go over this mark pretty easily, and that's why I took this pick pretty quickly. I love this pick, and that's my fourth pick of the video. But real quick, before I give you my fifth and my sixth pick that I love the most, I do want to remind you once again to go join the Discord. It's going to be linked down below in the pinned comment and in the description. And while you're at it, you might as well grab a bankroll as well so you can start making way more money from sports betting every single month, just like I did, just like some of my followers here did. I can find somebody for you real quick if I go to Funded Wins. Here's a follower that's been doing it. You can see he's betting 100 per play before, or 100 per play now. He used to only be betting $10 per play. It literally is one of the best opportunities when it comes to sports betting. So go get yourself a bankroll, join the Discord, tell my plays, get funded, and start making a ton of money. Now, moving on to my fifth pick of the video, we're going to be taking Mike Conley to go over 5.5 points. He is over this mark in 4 of his last 5. He's been a beast in the playoffs as well. Not a beast, but a beast for his lines, meaning he's been going over this point line a lot. He's over in 4 of his last 5, averaging over 8 a game, which is well above this mark. 7 of his last 10, and then 13 of his last 20, still averaging well over this mark at 6.6 a game. And that right there is the first thing that I saw that stood out to me. And then what really made me lock this pick in was head-to-head against the Thunder. He just plays really well. He's over this mark in 6 of his last 8 games against them, averaging 9 points per game. So, with the head-to-head looking like this and the hit rate looking really good, especially in the playoffs, I think he's going to go over this mark pretty easily. Over 5.5 points, I think 5.5 is a little bit too low. Maybe they should bump it to 6.5 or 7.5. So getting this at 5.5 is great value. Go lock it in, and now we can move on to my last pick of the video, which of course is going to be in the MLB. And we're going to be taking that guy, Jarren Duran, to go over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's over this mark in 4 of his last 5, averaging 3 a game, 8 of his last 10, and then 12 of his last 20, which obviously looks really good. And then finally, on the season, he is over this mark at a 58% rate, averaging over 2 per game. So he has consistently gone over this mark all year long. And then to top that off, let's see the pitcher he's going to be facing. I'm pretty sure they're playing the Orioles. And the Orioles are going to be pitching that guy, Zach. And Zach hasn't had much success on the year. He's over a 5 ERA, has a whip of over 1. And as long as he gives our guy, Jarren here, a couple opportunities, I do think he's going to take advantage of it. And as long as that's the case, he should go over this mark with ease. So those are my 6 picks. I love all of them. And until next time, let's all go print some money.